Tell you why in a second. What's happening, guys? Forrest here, Cichlid Man 09. If you guys didn't notice, our little intro right there was a little... I am frustrated right now. I'll tell you guys why in a second. But we're going to get you guys... This is going to be a quick vlog. I'm not going to go super in-depth today. We'll give you guys kind of an update on the fish room. And then the one thing that is driving me insane, kind of makes me upset. That wasn't hinting at anything. Alright, we'll start over here, and then we'll work our way to the spot that... Alright, so, checking out Mr. Hulk. Let's get this dude some food. Him and his little dude are doing great. Got my water changes done on his tank for the week. Actually did a big water change. I've been doing some smaller changes on his tank, trying to reduce the stress, keep the stress down. But I've been a little lazy, and when you're lazy doing smaller water changes, the best cure is a big old fat gravel back and water change. So yesterday we got that out of the way, and you know, very happy to have him getting some clean water in there. Look at this little guy. For a size reference, that fish right there is about 3 inches long, and that can give you guys somewhat of a comparison. Pretty big fish. But all is well. He's doing great. He's not why I'm frustrated. He's whole. Everything is business as usual with him. Yesterday did some cleaning action on the bottom 75. I've got to unclog up that airline. If you guys didn't know, or if you guys out there run air systems, it's a little builds up on the inside of that airline tubing, and eventually will clog up and slow down your airflow. If you're not paying attention, this is what will happen. And what that is that little amount of buildup right there restricts the airflow, and instead of flowing like that, like my K1 filter should flow, flows like that. So what I have to do is I've got to go up there to the little thingy, pull that down, and then you just... and then that releases that little blockage in there, and then everything's good. It happens probably about once every 2 weeks with probably every airline. I don't know why it happens, whatever. Just something that happens. Doesn't hurt my fish, you know. All the fish are fine, but a little weird. Check out all these guys. So if you guys don't notice, all that crap right there, that is the rocks and crap that was in the tank. I was doing a gravel vac. Look at this fish right here. Holy crap. Doing a gravel vac on this tank yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Let's just take out all the decorations. It's so much easier to clean kind of somewhat of a bare tank. Especially when you got a heavily stocked tank. Heavily stocked tanks with lots of decorations and stuff can develop a lot of debris and detritus and all this kind of stuff underneath and around the rocks, because if you guys didn't know, that's where all the gunk builds up. So I pulled everything out, got a really thorough cleaning. If you guys can tell, water in this tank is a lot clearer, having cleaned everything out, which is very nice, very nice. Got some absolute beasts growing in here. That one's looking awesome. There's a big one right there. Just got to get the shipping materials in, and then we're going to start shipping. I've just been lazy getting the materials. That one right there is probably the most impressive in terms of size. Couldn't tell you coloration wise, because umbies are such, I wouldn't say slow developers, but they do develop. Mr. Spikalicious over here. Where are you at, buddy? Let's get him some food. Best way to get him on camera is to get him eating some food. Where is the veggie crib? There it is. As a matter of fact, we can feed these guys as well. They're actually getting big enough where they can start eating the veggie krill. that stud muffin in there. Get him a little bit more. Got them eating. Let's get some food in there for Spike. He'll come over here and you guys can come check him out. He's looking insanely awesome. Not frustrated with him. Like I said, we're working our way over to that area. Hopefully we can spawn him one of these days, because I do have a female over here. Over to the gorillas tank. They're all doing amazing. Some of these guys are getting freaking big. Some veggie krill for them. I've been getting them at power feed as well. Now they're to the point where they can eat those big lipid pellets. And for young growing fish, that's a really good, it's going to get a lot of mass on them quickly. Not a permanent long-term feed your fish this all the time every day food, but you know, for fish that are growing in this kind of 4 to 6 inch range, you know, for these fish that get really big, it'll work really great as a growth booster. But they're doing awesome. That's that female spectabilis. Hopefully I can get spawning with Spike, hopefully this year. Trying to be patient with it. She's doing really good. Sorry about that. Didn't realize that my camera didn't have enough memory left, so just had to delete some stuff. We're back. Like I was saying, she is doing really good with all these gorillas, so I'm trying to be very patient. As soon as it gets to the point where these guys are outgrowing her, because it's gonna happen. They're umbies, they grow fast. I'm sure you guys can see in the background what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. But with umbies, they're gonna grow fast and they're gonna outgrow her very quickly. And once that happens, I'm gonna have to pull her out of that tank, and then we'll put her in with Spike using a divider, and then maybe 6, 8, 10 months, a year, maybe we can get some spawning, because I know with Spectabilis it takes a long time. So very glad that she's actually doing really good. She was in his tank with Spike for the longest time, and he just basically kept her cornered under a sponge filter or something, and you know, she lasted. So, you know, I'm going to do my best in terms of protecting her, because what we're going to be talking about here in a second, I don't want to happen. Alright, frustrated. Came home today probably about 4 o'clock. When I work in the morning, I come in the fish room early morning, check out, make sure all the tanks are good, temps are fine, and then I go. So, elephant in the room is that there's a divider back in the 225. Came home today and I don't know, but I kind of had a little bit of an ominous feeling. And when I turned on Azul and Blondie's tank, my ominous feeling was validated. This guy right here, which is a freaking asshole, pardon my French, but he's an asshole. He had Blondie. She was up here, up by the overflows, and we'll get a close-up on her and you guys can see exactly what we're talking about. Hold on a second. She appears to be alright. It appears there's nothing crazy structurally wrong with her. Looks to me like he got his mouth around the top of her head, around the front of her mouth. We'll just say that they had an experience, and I'm very frustrated. You can see them going at each other between the divider. So yeah, pretty freaking frustrated. Something about them spawning and water changes gets his attitude going absolutely insane. So what I am going to do is, if you guys haven't checked out Mr. Man 316, go check out his channel. Dude that has over 1,000 subscribers, one of my best friends on YouTube. He's got some fantastic dividers that he makes utilizing PVC and some light diffuser, where he kind of makes kind of this bulletproof divider where it's, you know, it's wedged in a certain way where fish can't get out of it. So I believe that's what we're going to have to make for this tank, and I'm going to leave them divided for a long time. I'm tired. This has been, I don't want to say the last 2 spawns, it might have been 2 out of the last 3 spawns that something like this has happened, where I've had to put up the divider. I have no doubt in my mind, 0 doubt in my mind, that if I would not put that divider up today, that in the next 24 hours he would have killed her. And that frustrates the freaking hell out of me. But it's just one of those things that we have to deal with as fish keepers. These Central American cichlids and South American cichlids are extremely aggressive, extremely temperamental, very territorial. But what they are is they're all so unique. You know, they are all those things, and that's very consistent throughout everything. But they're so unique, and things can change. Things happen mentally. These fish are so intelligent and they're so smart that mentally sometimes things just snap. And you know, the last thing I want to do is to lose my beautiful female umbie that I have had for almost 2 years now. And you know, I was thinking about that today. I was like, this pair of fish has been together since about summer of 2012. They've spawned with each other countless number of times. And, you know, in the person's world, people get divorces all the time. People split up all the time. Sometimes, you know, what if fish have that same exact thing where, you know, it's been 2 years, I'm tired of you. Or I couldn't explain exactly what's going on, what's happening with them. I'm very glad that I was able to catch her before he had, you know, structurally damaged her. Because if you guys haven't seen Trace, Mr. Catch 22 TCH, his big male umbie actually has some serious structural damage. And this is a pair that he's had for a long time. I believe his female got to his male, and basically, I believe half of his jaw like died and just fell off because they were jaw locking, lip locking, or whatever the heck you want to call it, and got infected and just didn't get any better and ended up falling off. So at a moment's notice, something can happen and spur on something like this, requiring a divider. So you guys might see a video of me making Mike's awesome bulletproof divider. It's an awesome design, very genius, very smart. Something that, you know, fish isn't going to be able to knock over either way. So I'm definitely going to have to get one of those. Got to run over to Home Depot and get me some light diffuser. But yeah, divider's back in the 225. Like I said, you know, in terms of structural damage, it seems to be all superficial, meaning nothing's crazy wrong with her. She will heal up. It'll take probably a couple weeks, but she will heal up and she'll look just as good as ever. But the frustrating part is, in the back of my mind, I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to have them undivided, at least for a long time, or prolonged periods of time. I know I said this was going to be a short vlog, but, you know, I lie sometimes. You guys get over it. But, you know, she's still got attitude between the divider. And, like I said, very glad I caught it. Very glad she's okay. But very frustrated with the situation. The pair of fish that I've had for almost 2 years now is the pair bond is starting to crack a little bit, because that guy is turning into a psycho. He's a beautiful, gorgeous fish, and he's getting to the point where his hormones are going crazy. And anytime that they have a spawn in the tank, and I take out any water or change any water, and parameters change at all, he like flips his lid, and it drives me nuts, you know. So we're frustrated. Came home from work today to find a terrified and beat up female umbie up in the corner of a tank, not having her best day, probably her worst day, honestly. Look at those beautiful fish. These guys are doing great. Gotta go get me some light diffuser. Might make a video on that. Might not. But yeah, that's why all this stuff's over here. I had to get home quickly, pull everything off, stick the divider in, get everything situated. And yeah, we're dealing with that today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me for this frustrated vlog. If you guys can't tell, I'm a little frustrated with the situation. I'm usually happy and bubbly and excited, and, you know, I had a great day, but, you know, it's just one of those things where you get home and you're just like, dang it, frustrating. But, thanks for watching. Thanks for always tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up button. Thanks for commenting when you've got something to say. Thanks for going over to my Facebook page and thumbs up that page, liking the page, CichlidMan09. Thanks for sending me questions at cichlidman09@gmail.com. I believe later today I'm going to do my big 30-minute long Q&A video and get myself 100% caught up on your guys' awesome questions that you keep continuing to send in. Thank you very much. Hulk and his little buddy say good night. We will see you tomorrow. I promise you we will see you tomorrow. Whether that being a vlog or whatever, I promise we'll see you tomorrow. And if it's not tomorrow, it's probably another day because it's, you know, it's up and then it's another day. But yeah. Frustrated, doing great, doing amazing, doing awesome, and then we're back to frustrated. Catch you guys on the flippity flip.